So thank you for joining us. I'm Susan Waller, Head of Programming here at the J. Lewis Crozer Library, and we're glad that you have joined us today. We are going to look at some of the career resources that are available to you. Some of them are directly available and others are available with your library card. So that is our goal this afternoon. And I'm going to start by sharing my screen because we are going to start from the Crozer Library website. It's going to be your home page, kind of your jumping off point, and you can always come back here and get to all of these resources. You'll find the resources under library events and services. And if you go down a bit, you'll see career resources. And if you look over here, you'll see that we have 4 different kinds of resources. Resources to help you find a job, resources to help you create or revise your resume, resources to hone your interview skills, and resources to help you become more marketable. I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you today. We're not going to spend a lot of time in any one resource. I really want you to see this as an overview and an opportunity for you to see the variety of resources that are available to you. And then we are always available here at the library to help you out. You can email us at crozerlibrary@delcolibraries.org, or you can give us a call at 610-494-3454, and we'll be happy to answer questions over the phone or even set up a phone meeting or a Zoom meeting to help you navigate all of these resources. But let's get started. The first area is finding a job. And so what you'll see on this page are a number of different resources. So we've gathered together local agencies. These are all publicly available websites, but we put them together in one place just to help you out. If you are living in the city of Chester, then you may already know that we do have a workforce development center as part of our city government. Eric Bain is the director. They always post open jobs here on this site. But these folks in this office are available to help you in lots of different ways. And there's the contact information for Eric Bain. So you might want to start with the Chester Workforce Development Center. And then there's a similar kind of resource available for everyone who lives in Delaware County, and that's the Workforce Development Board. And again, they have opportunities for job seekers. If you're an employer, there's some resources for your business. And then if you are a student, a young person looking for a job, there are some resources here as well. And then there's some more resources on job training. And then there's just a lot of other profiles of the county, unemployment statistics, a lot of resources here for you also. And you could explore this website. And then there's another agency in Delaware County, the Community Action Agency. They also provide information about jobs and job training. They have a variety of services. If we just look at this drop-down box here to help you out. Housing, workforce development, and then they have a separate section for career opportunities. So again, another resource to help you out. And then this resource SCORE is actually for small businesses in both Chester and Delaware County. That's local agencies, city and county level. And then there are kind of 2 big agencies at the state. There's a PA Job Resources and Careerlink. We're going to be talking about Careerlink a little bit more because they offer lots of different opportunities. But PA Job Resources is through the Power Library, which is the state library. And you'll see there's Careerlink, Resume Builder. There's a lot of information about the workforce and careers in the state of Pennsylvania. And then also something from FIA, the Higher Education Assistance Agency, to help you with career and college planning. And then if you're interested, especially if you're just embarking on your career or you're finishing up high school and thinking about careers, there's this Occupational Outlook Handbook from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that kind of gives you an idea of the outlook for careers. Is this a career you should be going into because it looks like it's going to be growing and flourishing? Or is this a career that maybe is on its way out and you should think about something else instead? So you might want to check out that really interesting resource as well. So there are some of the resources that are available to help you find a job that are public websites. You don't need any credentials to log in to any of the information that's in this left-hand column on the page. Now, on the right-hand column of the page are the library databases, and you will need a library card to access this information. You can get a library card for free. If you don't have one, you can call the library and we'll be able to help you get a library card. The first one is Business Essentials, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. This really just gives you information about companies. So if you know of one or two companies and you've been told they're really great places to work, you can research those companies, find out how long they've been in existence, how many people work for them, how much revenue they earn each year, and just get information about companies. I do want to take you to the second database called Data Axle Reference Solutions. And that's going to take you, that link will take you here to all of the online resources at Delco Libraries. And there's Data Axle, the first one. So we're going to click on that. And at this point, it is going to ask me to agree to some terms and conditions, which is basically that I'm going to use this the way I ought to use it and not do anything with it that I shouldn't. So I'm going to accept that, and then I'm going to continue. And at this point, it's going to ask me for my library card, and I am going to log on. And now I am in this really robust database that gives me a ton of information. So I can search over 63 million US businesses, Canadian businesses, new businesses. The white pages are here, which actually will get you to information. Usually when you Google white pages, you know, you're asked to put in, do you want to buy their criminal record or something else like that. So the white pages are here, Canadian white pages are here. But for our purposes, we want to look at the US jobs and internships. So we're going to click on that. And this says that there are 2.5 million job postings, which sounds like a lot. You can do a quick search on a title. You can do a quick search on a place, a city or a state. There's also a more advanced search here, which means you can search for a specific company. You can also narrow down how large or small you would like your commute. So you can do some job searches here. How about somebody who's on our Zoom meeting? Do you have an idea for a job you might be interested in that we could search for? A teacher. All right, so let's put in teacher and we'll see, and let's put in, we'll just put in Pennsylvania. All right, we'll throw out a really wide net here and we'll view the results. We'll see what comes up. It's thinking. All right, so we actually get 522 teachers in the state of Pennsylvania, so we could narrow that as well, and you see the postings that are here, all right? So we could narrow it down even more. Oh, actually, there we go, Primos Elementary, that's right near us. The Upper Darby School District is looking for a music teacher in the 3rd grade. There's Marion Station, Stroudsburg, so lots of different teaching positions that are open. And if I click on that, let's just, for fun, look at the one, the music teacher. We're going to get some descriptions, and we can, and there'll actually be a link that will take you to the company site, and you can apply right there. All right. So what it did is actually took us to Indeed. How about that? All right. So Data Axle is working with Indeed. What I wanted to show you, however, because this might be something besides this search for jobs, is there are a number of starting your career. There's college and career options here. But what I wanted to point out is that there's a skills, interest, and self-assessment. So there are a number, this is again taking us away from Data Axle to another website, Career One Stop. But this looks pretty thorough. So there are self-assessments, there's an interest assessment, a skills assessment, and even one on work values. And so if you really want to learn more about yourself and what your areas of expertise or interest are, or even what kinds of things you value, and you would want to find a workplace that would match those values, these assessments might be really helpful for you. You could get to this website directly, but it's also going to come through Data Axle, where you can do from this hub a number of interesting things. The other piece here that might be helpful is that there's a listing of internships and student jobs. And so if you are still in high school or in college and you're looking for internships and employment, there's some information here too as well. I also liked this, that there were some benefits and red flags that it's pointing out to you about college internships. So lots of interesting and helpful resources here. Again, this was Data Axle that you find. We're back at the Crozer Library on the Find a Job page. There's also some resources specifically for seniors. COSA, AARP, and Maturity Works are 3 agencies that find job placements for senior citizens. So if you're in that category, you might want to take a look at some of those resources. And then we do have, through the library, a specific tool called Vet Now, which provides a host of resources for veterans. So they are a number of the resources that are available for you to help you find a job. And then at the bottom of this page, we just listed a few. This is not an exhaustive list, but a few of the online websites that allow you to career search and post resumes and look at job postings. So we just listed LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, USA Jobs, and Snag a Job. I'm going to take a quick look at USA Jobs because this is from, it's an official website of the United States government, and it allows you to search for jobs, upload your resume. Federal jobs are here as well, and stuff specifically for veterans, senior executives, families of overseas employees. So lots of different possibilities, lots of different categories here as you look for jobs. So if you fit into one of these categories, you might want to head over to usajobs.gov and start your search here. All right. If you want to, you can pause this video at this point and hunt around a little bit in some of these resources, but we are going to move on to the second category. So again, we're at library, events and services, coming down to career resources, and we're going to look at some of the resources that are available to create or revise your resume. Now, there's a lot of stuff on the web. If you Google resume, you'll get a lot of resources. So a few of these are available without a library card, and a few of these a library card is needed. And again, this is not an exhaustive list. These were a few that we pulled that we thought looked helpful. Careerlink, I mentioned before, this is the official career website for the Pennsylvania government. And you do need to create a free account. You need to be a user of this, but you can see there are 20,000 new jobs posted. There are actually 174,000 jobs available at the moment through Pennsylvania Careerlink, registered apprentices. There's a lot of trainings, and there are employees who are registered. So what you need to do once you're here is choose who you are. So if you're an individual looking for personalized service, then again, it's going to say, what kind of an individual are you? And you can pick your category. Are you re-entering the workforce? Are you a veteran? Are you a mature worker? Maybe you're just a job seeker and don't fit into any of those. You can search jobs without being signed in, but if you want to get to a number of the resources that are available, you need to register. And once you create that PA Careerlink account, then you'll get to the resume building tools, new job alerts, job search tracking tools, and much more. We are not going to take the time to register and log in today, but again, if you want somebody to walk you through that as you register for an account in Careerlink, please feel free to call the library and we can walk you through as you do that. And you'll see there are a host of resources that are available for you there. We have just added another resource actually just this week called Resume Builder. This is a free site, and there were a number of things that I really liked about the site that I thought was going to make it very helpful. There is a Create My Resume Now, so there is a builder, but there's also a number of other resources. There are example resources by specific professions. So if you are thinking, if you're an architect and you're looking for a job, or you're a bank teller, or you're a bartender, or you're a construction worker, they have sample resumes for you to look at. So I'm going to take this, let's take this delivery driver. And when we look at the delivery driver examples, we've got some downloadable examples, a text version, we've got some resume tips from experts. And here are, this was also helpful. What might a resume look like if you have no experience? 2 to 3 years, 5 to 10, or 10 plus. So they actually give you a number of models for you to work from. And then down here, so if you can't download those models, we've got the examples here as well, what the key skills are. So that was helpful. And then this is the other piece of this website that I thought was really helpful. Each of these boxes, each of these tables are geared to the specific profession. So if you are a delivery driver, what are the key skills and proficiencies that you should have? Attention to detail, your CDL license. You can operate on a number of different GPS platforms. What are the action verbs that would be helpful for you to use in your website? And then there are some tips where they give you kind of good and bad examples of the language that you ought to use. And most of the bad ones are just too generic and too vague. So instead of just a clean driving record, what does that mean? 0 points with the kind of license over 10 years. So that gives the potential employer much more information than I have a clean driving record. So this website is so specific to a host of different professions that it could be something that you would find really helpful. And as you can see, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and this is a really long list of professions. So you might find this resource very helpful. We then have a number of resources that are available with your library card, and they're going to get you at some live help. So if we use Job Now, I already logged in with my library card, so I'm getting directly, once I log into one of the databases in the same browser, I'm logged into all of them. So you'll see here at BrainFuse Job Now, we've got resume help, we have job interview help, and we have some career help as well. We're going to talk about some of these other resources, but you'll see there's also assessments inside here as well. And especially if you're trying to figure out what kind of job do you want, or maybe you're changing jobs and you haven't been happy where you were, you're really looking for something that you feel like fits who you are better, you really probably would be greatly assisted with some of the assessments that are available for you to take that will just really help you think specifically about who you are and what your skills are. So Job Now, there's live resume expert, there's templates, there's resources, there's a lab, so you can get live help or you can submit it to the lab and then you'll get feedback. In order to use the live help or the feedback, you do want to log in. So you have to create a free account. So you've got to log in with your library card to get there. And then when you create an account and you register, all of the things that you've done here are all saved in your account, like resumes you've submitted, feedback you've gotten. Again, if you're going to click here, don't have a username or password, sign up right there, and that would get you that free account. All right, so that's Job Now. Similar kind of thing from Resume Builder from the Power Library. This is actually going to ask you, excuse me. This is going to build your resume for you. So you're going to fill in the fields. and it is going to create a resume for you. I will say, because it's asking for an objective rather than a profile, this is a bit old. So you might want to use this and create it with this template, and then you'll be able to edit it in some way. So that's a possibility. There's yet another Resume Writing 101. So this is actually a course. If you're someone who really likes to listen and watch rather than read, you might want to use this PA Online Learning course that will help you. Each of these are short videos that talk to you about getting started, the different components of a resume, and then some really important wrapping up and tips. So if that's the vehicle through which you learn best, you really want to watch a video and listen, then the PA Online Learning might be a helpful resource for you. And then VetNow comes from the same company as JobNow. The company is BrainFuse. And so VetNow is set up in a very similar way. And again, a live navigator, live job coaching, and then there's a resume lab as well. But this is all geared towards veterans and navigating the VA system and the resources that are available for you. All right, so remember, I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you for you to recognize. You can always come back to our website and on your own and at your own pace, explore these resources and contact us through email or call us if you need some more help working your way through these resources. Again, you can pause this video and explore a little bit on your own now if you have time. We're going to move on to the third section of our career resources. So looking for a job and then creating or revising the resume. So now you've sent out an incredible resume and you have some folks who are interested in you and they've called you and scheduled an interview. You want to make sure that you're ready for that interview. So there are some resources here that are going to help you hone your interview skills. And they're really from 3 places where we have already been. So when you create that account at Careerlink from the Pennsylvania state government, along with the resume tools, there are going to be interview tools. And then at JobNow and VetNow, because they are from the same company, again, you will, all right, it doesn't, hold on, I think I can do it this way. Yes, all right, once I'm logged in, it's not happy if I keep trying. So here we go, job interviews. So there is a live coach. It's actually taking me right to the live coach right now. I don't want to do that. So let's see if I can just get to the job interview. Let's go home. We'll go home. All right, here we go. Job interviews. There's a live interview coach. There are some tips. So we can take a quick look at what those tips are, and they're broken down into tips for before the interview, at the interview. There are some don'ts of interviewing. Don't show up late. That's probably a really good one. Don't arrive with an untidy personal appearance. Don't be unenthusiastic. Don't appear presumptuous or demanding. So there are things it's really good to think through these things before you get there and really be prepared. Common questions and sample responses. That's something that could be really helpful for you as well. And then there are some online resources. I did want to take a quick look at this. Here's 100 potential interview questions. So no one's going to ask you 100 questions at your interview, but it might be really helpful for you to grab a family member or a friend and highlight some of these questions and do a little role playing and have them be the employer and ask you questions, and you can practice your answers. You might even want to video yourself answering and then listen and decide what things did you do well and what things could you clarify a bit more. A lot of those questions will come up in interviews, and so it will be good for you to practice and be ready in that way. So that's from JobNow, and the same kinds of resources are available at VetNow as well, those same interview tools. So once again, you can pause this if you want to pause it and go back into JobNow for those 100 questions and do a little practicing. That would be great. We're going to move on to the final section in our career resources here at the Crozer Library's website, and that has become more marketable. And what we have with our library card are really two pretty significant learning libraries with a host of, for the most part, video-based courses that will help you either strengthen your skills or study for tests or certifications that will make you more marketable, that will give you a leg up in the job market. So we're going to look at a few of these. There are some basic courses available through the PA Online Learning. A number of them have to do with technology. So if you are somebody who's going to say, I really don't know very much about computers, but it's going to be hard to find a job that doesn't use computers, so I really need to know more. There's some courses on computer basics. There's actually even one on how to Zoom, on using Teams. There's the Resume Writing 101, which is actually a Google course, and kind of an overview with searching Indeed or LinkedIn. So if you even need somebody to help you with finding a job online, these resources are available. And then there are some specific resources that have to do with technology. So computer basics, Gmail, Google searches, and then there are courses for the Microsoft Office suite. So Excel, Publisher, Word, some tips in Excel. You're looking for a job that might have something to do with numbers or spreadsheets and you want to bone up a little bit on Excel, then you can do that there. And then I just love the fact that there's a video on using Nintendo Switch. So if you need to play with your kids and you want to make sure you know what's going on there, you can take that course as well on Nintendo Switch. So that's PA Online Learning. That's one platform. The second platform is BrainFuse, which again takes us back to Job Now. And this is the learning library, which is very extensive. There are lessons, there are videos, and there are tests. And as I scroll down here, just take a look at all of the different categories. So did you never finish high school and you really need to get your GED? There are resources here for the GED, for the high set, and for the task. 3 different high school equivalency tests. Preparation guides, the specific content area, there'll be videos, there'll be sample tests to help you prep. Or do you need prep to get into college, SAT, ACT? You want to prep for some of the AP or the TOEFL? There's CLEP, and there's also some nursing entrance exams here. So are these areas you need to bone up and strengthen your knowledge for those? College Now actually takes you through the application process, gives you some help there. I wanted to specifically point out some of the career prep and job resources. So what I liked about this is here are all these, again, a huge list of different kinds of professions: chemical engineers, financial managers, healthcare assistants, lawyers, managers. Let's look at nursing. We're going to click on nursing. It is going to give you help for the different NCLEXs, practice for the entrance, and then there's actually nursing information, and there are nursing terms flashcards here as well. So for each of these careers, it will give you, here's firefighters, there's the certification prep guide, and then there's a practice certification exam. So no matter what the career is, listed here are some specific resources to help you prepare either for tests or certification exams. Beyond that, then there's employment, there's assistance for unemployment, and then we have some specific kinds of exams. So nursing school exams, the Praxis, which is teaching exams, ASVAB if you're headed to the military, GRE if you're going to go to grad school, and then there are also adult learner resources. So Maybe you really do need to do some work in basic math, or you need to do some work in writing or reading or critical thinking. Maybe you're preparing for the US citizenship test. There are resources here to help you out. So this becomes a really powerful resource for you. All of this is available for free with your library card. So this is the Learning Library from BrainFuse Job Now. And then we have another company that really in some ways provides similar information. Instead of BrainFuse, the company is EBSCO, and this is the Learning Express library, and this is the dashboard. So they're kind of very similar. You probably are going to be working in one or the other, or although I will say when I was preparing for some of these exams, I wanted as many practice tests as I could. So if the tests are going to be different with different questions, you could use both the BrainFuse Learning Library Practice and this EBSCO Learning Express. Career preparation, there's a high school equivalency center, college admissions. There's actually a school center. So if you have elementary kids, middle school kids, or high school kids, there's practice here as well for different areas, math and language arts. So that's in the school center. And then college students to get ready for placement exams. There's also the CLEP exam. So it could be that you feel very confident in certain, especially gen ed courses, and you might be able to pass that CLEP exam and get the credits without having to take the class, which is always a good thing. Unless, of course, it was a class I was teaching, then you want to take that class. Then there's also an adult core skills. So do you need to build your math skills, become a better reader, improve your writing or speaking or grammar? There will be resources here for you. And then these resources are also available in Spanish. So again, this is another company, EBSCO Learning Express, but lots of courses to help you become more marketable. So that's a fast, quick overview of the resources that are available to you through the Crozer Library, and then we are part of the Delaware County Library System. So the resources that are available with your library card, resources that are available locally, both from the City of Chester and the County of Delaware, and Pennsylvania State resources. Resources to find a job, create or revise your resume, hone your interview skills, and become more marketable. If you have any questions, if you want some more assistance, we are happy to help you. You'll find the contact information for the library at the bottom of our website page. So you can email us at Crozer Library at delcolibraries.org, or call us 610-494-3454. Thanks so much for watching this video.